In this video, I want to take a few minutes to talk about the relationship between the three basic structures of academic writing. That is, the sentence, the paragraph, and the essay. Now, for most of us, the relationship between these structures is an obvious one. Essays, after all, contain many paragraphs, and paragraphs are made up of several sentences. That's true. And even more obvious, especially for student writers, is the clear difference between them. That is, the word count, or how long it's going to take me to write a paragraph as opposed to how long it's going to take me to write an essay. However, these writing structures have much less to do with the length of discussion about a topic, as opposed to the quality of argumentation that is necessary to assert and support a claim. And as student writers who are trying to learn to create robust, strong academic arguments, it's really important that we understand these structures and the relationship between them so that we can utilize the rhetorical or persuasive power of these structures more effectively. So let's start with the sentence, which, as you probably know, is most commonly defined as a complete thought or the expression of a single idea. It's really important that we understand this because if a sentence tries to express more than a single idea, we end up calling it a run-on sentence. It's trying to hold too many ideas within its limited boundary, and it's just unable to do so. We can't ask a sentence to carry more weight or to do more work than it's capable of doing. Now, it's true that we can combine several ideas, several sentences, several independent clauses, together into one compound or complex sentence. But in doing so, we are presenting those combined ideas as a single idea, kind of like a double-double from Tim Hortons. If we combine sugar, 2 creams, and coffee, we don't come up with 5 separate items, but instead we come up with a singular combination. Likewise, whether we have a simple or a compound or a complex sentence, that sentence serves to express a single idea. Now, here is a sentence that is expressing a single idea, even though it is a compound sentence. My friend Jerry had a hard time memorizing the names of countries, so our teacher called him a brainless wonder. Notice that a sentence like this is essentially a statement or a claim. We are asserting something to be true. Now, this particular statement is more or less a fact that has been observed by the writer, the kind of concrete detail that can't be easily disagreed with. However, we often make claims that may not be so readily accepted by our reader as a true or a valid statement on its own. And for this, we need a different kind of writing structure. Where the structure of a sentence allows us to express only a single idea, the structure of a paragraph allows us to not only express a single idea, but to support it with other ideas in the form of a basic argument. The main idea we generally refer to as a claim, and in a paragraph we express that claim in a topic sentence. That claim is then supported by a number of other claims that we often call warrants or sometimes support points, as well as by a number of more factual or detailed claims that we usually refer to as evidence or as supporting details. Note that each of these ideas, each item of evidence, each warrant, and certainly the main claim of the paragraph, is expressed in a sentence of its own. And together, they should create a tightly knit argument that demonstrates the validity of the paragraph's central claim. Looking back at our sentence about Jerry, we can see how this sentence could actually fit into a paragraph, an example item that serves to support a much broader claim that, if expressed by itself, is more opinion rather than fact. Mrs. Nevis, my 11th grade geography teacher, was the worst teacher I've ever had. Really? Show me. And that's what the paragraph does. It provides those reasonable claims. It provides the evidence and supporting details that can create an argument in support of that more opinion-based idea that we are trying to express in the topic sentence of the paragraph. Yet sometimes even a paragraph is too small to contain all of the elements of argumentation that are needed to support a claim. And as with the sentence, we can't expect a paragraph to do more work than it's capable of doing. And so that's when we have to turn to the essay. The structure of an essay is able to support a more debatable claim, what is referred to in the essay as a thesis statement, by organizing groups of ideas expressed in individual paragraphs, organizing them into a very robust and logically coherent argument that's capable of providing or demonstrating the validity of the essay's thesis, that is, its central claim. Or to return to the paragraph about Mrs. Nevis, my 11th grade geography teacher. Perhaps this paragraph, this small argument, could be used as part of a much bigger, much broader argument that I might make in an essay about what or who may have influenced me in my decision to become a teacher. As a writer, I need to think about the nature of the idea that I want to express or to assert, as well as the argument that might be required to support it. How narrow or broad is my claim? What kind of rationale is required to validate that claim? How much and what kind of evidence do I have or will I need? These are all questions to consider in choosing a suitable structure for asserting my claim. For most student writers, however, the structure that your writing follows isn't a choice. Rather, it's part of the assignment that you've been given. In an essay, discuss the consequences of such and such, or in a paragraph, define this particular term. As such, you again need to think about the kind of structure that you're going to build and how each sentence of your paragraph work together to create a logically coherent and persuasive argument that's capable of asserting and supporting your ideas. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, feel free to contact me by email or by Twitter. Thanks for watching.